that I got out of there was another picture showing Bushy Head sitting in his favorite buggy with behind his buggy team. He had a pair of black horses, see? And there he was sitting in this buggy holding the lines. And there was looked like about a teenage 14 or 15-year-old boy standing by the side of the buggy. And he had that profile nose just like Ernest. And he was blonde-headed. And it was about the same year that Pop was supposed to work for him. Well, if I could ever feature anybody looking like his daddy, Ernest at 15 would have been about like what Pop was. So I just gathered that he told the truth about that, and he was working for Bushy Head, and that was him. But I lost the literature after that. He threw it out.
Did you see that? Did you find that in the Old West magazine?
No, I sent off and got this through the Oklahoma Hysterical Society.
I might still have it. I don't know.
Nothing that you tell me indicates that Daddy was living in Taney County, Missouri.
No.
What was the name of that book again that you got that picture from?
You ever hear of Taney County, Missouri?
I sent off and I asked the library to get
that's what Daddy
information
called his
on
birthplace.
Bushy Head, see, and they sent away and got me the loose leaf notes on it, and it come back just in a loose leaf thing with a staple together, see. That's all.
With pictures?
Yeah, it had two pictures. Had one of the horse picture and then one of the bus pictures.
I used to buy these Old West magazines.
Well,
stories, and there was one in there, and Mom was still living in there. Me and her were
found that. Well, see, Aunt Annie went away to live in Illinois when she started having her family.
He was in this.
And I thought all her children were born in Illinois.
They were born.
It wasn't really a buggy. Well, this was a buggy, but it was kind of like a wagon.
Yeah, buckboard.
It's big, you know. It wasn't just a buggy. Yeah, and it had a spring seat up there, and there was somebody standing beside it. And me and Mom was looking at it, and I took that. I reread that story and reread that story, and I went and got dates and was trying to. And I got me a magnifying glass and was looking at that boy, and Mama was looking too. And we said, well, we just didn't know that could have been that age, that time that Papa was telling us about.
Well, did he ever
Well, see, another thing, right there when his father was killed and they're supposed to move away to Colorado, well, how come that he didn't go to Colorado? He was a small boy, see? Well, how come that he didn't go to Colorado? He didn't go to Colorado.
There's things right in there that don't tell me.
Yeah, so
Don't go together.
So the time right there was lost. He didn't give any more time about what had happened from that time until this Belle Starr showed up down at Younger's Bend. And she, if this had been the same person, well, she roamed all over the country, and she was with this gang and that gang, and she went to Texas. The Shirleys went to Texas and lived in Texas. And this outlaw band, they went to Texas and Dallas and California and everywhere else, robbing and stealing, bank robbing and this and that and the other. And then they didn't surface again until the Shirleys were down on the Texas border, a little Texas town over in Texas, and this gang, the Younger gang, with Jim Reed and several other outlaws, showed up at their place. And this Cole Younger and his gang found out that they were in the country, so they made their place one night, and Cole Younger introduced her to this Jim Reed, and they were married. And then there's a lapse of time in there from the time that Pop said his father was killed that you can't hardly find anything about the Blackstone or about what he done or didn't do up until that time. There's a 5 or 6 year lapse of time in there that he didn't tell us anything about or he didn't account for. So it works out and shows that that was the same person. And then when she showed up at Younger's Bend down in Oklahoma Indian Territory, that was on further down on the was the Red River, Canadian River, the Canadian River, wasn't it? Younger's Bend's on the Canadian.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, the little place, the community where the Youngers live, see, and she went down there and lived in the Youngers Bend community. And but she didn't live with Jim Reed when Jim Reed married her. Right after they married, well, he was in a bank robbery, and he was over in Texas, and they run some deputies and marshals and stuff after the gang, and a deputy killed Jim Reed. Well, he was her husband, Belle Starr's husband, supposedly, but she wouldn't claim that he was Jim Reed because she didn't want the man that killed him to get the reward money. There was a $5,000 reward on his head, see? So she wouldn't verify that he was Jim Reed or her husband to knock him out of that reward money. So it went along like that, and she never did claim who he was or wasn't. But all the indications were that that was the father of the boy. Well, it says it. He was Reed, you know, Edward Reed.
Well, what was Belle Starr's maiden name?
Shirley.
Shirley. That's who you're talking about,
Yeah.
the Shirleys.
Yeah, the Shirley family moved over into Texas when that happened, and then Reed and Younger and all that set come back and met them over there. Well, that's the first time Reed had met her, but Cole Younger, the oldest girl, was by Cole Younger 8 years previous to that. In other words, when Belle Starr was about grown, well, Cole Younger and her were sweethearts.
Yeah.
And they lived together and roamed together and everything, I guess.
They think that was Aunt Annie, huh?
They think that was Aunt Annie.
And but that wasn't in Taney County, Missouri. Nothing
No.
says it was in Missouri.
No, but here's the thing. See, what
I
we're
don't read
getting
bit
at.
of it.
Well, no, but here, we're picking up this stuff. Papa says he was born in Taney County, see? But he left no evidence of where he was at in Taney County or anywhere else till he was 6 or 7 years old. And the story began when he got big enough to think, see? And we're picking it up the things that he told us. He didn't tell us about Taney County other than his people told him he was born in Taney County. See, but he didn't know straight up about Taney County. He didn't know anything about that. When it first surfaced and showed up that he knew anything, well, that he remembered he was about 6 years old on the Cascan River. Well, we're picking this story up from there, see, and
Well, where
piecing
is
it
this
together.
Cascan River?
It's on the Oklahoma line between Oklahoma and Missouri, between Baker and McDonald County, and Taney County is all right in the corner there, just right across the line. Well, see, the river is the line, and the place that they live might have been in Taney County.
Might have been.
Yeah, see,
He
but
might have been like my
He
brother.
told me it's White River that his father was
That's
killed.
what he always told me too. I'm gonna go
You told
down
that
and
Aunt
get me
Dorothy
some,
too.
I'm gonna go down and get me some literature. I'm gonna study it now. I'll
We're
have y'all
gonna
a
get
new
rid of
story.
it, man. We're gonna
Y'all
all
have
look it up.
Y'all have a new story when I come back.